For those watching on our live stream, that was quite a transition to go from straight up techno club music into raw sports talk. Yeah, it is the Sports Pod, and I am your host, Jared Yamamoto. But of course, I do not do the Sports Pod by myself, whether I'm in a rave or not.
I've got Jared music there.
I've got all my buddies here. It is some Jared music there. I've got all my buddies with me. Not to my left, across from me. I'm having to get used to this now. I've got none other than our Bama boy himself, Alex Williams. How you doing there, Alex?
Ooh, it's Iron Bowl week, baby.
Oh, I know, man. It is going to be a week of some games here,
Bring
man.
it on.
It is going to be exciting. If you're watching, to his right on your screen, none other than Nicole Bennett.
Hello, everyone. Good evening.
You got to be feeling good beating the snot out of poor Charlotte this poor weekend, huh?
Poor Charlotte. Poor 49ers.
Yeah,
I mean, it was good practice for us, though, you know?
It was good practice.
Were you nervous?
That voice
I was still nervous. Of course I was still nervous.
That voice, Mike B there. I'm surprised no Pitt attire. You were rocking Pitt gear to the Georgia Tech game.
That's right. Hail Pitt.
But no Pitt gear tonight. What the hell, man?
I don't need to brag, even though I picked Georgia Tech. I mean,
okay. All right.
They had a little bit more to play for, and they decided not to play.
You got some family ties there, and
family divided, man. Family divided.
Hey, listen. Sometimes those are the best games to go to.
It's gonna be an interesting Thanksgiving.
I'm sure the Thanksgiving discussions are going to be great. And joining us remotely again, he's fresh from wine country right now. Fresh from wine. You sure you can hang out with all of the bros talking and Nicole, of course, the bros and Nicole talking sports talk after coming from wine country there, Dan?
I was out there, and it was also the Cal Stanford game. A lot of college football fans were tuning in. It was a rivalry out there.
We were drinking the Boone's Farm.
Now I'm sure they were drinking the Boone's Farm out there.
We get a bottle. That's my question.
I know. Did you bring us back a bottle, Dan?
A bottle?
Maybe. We'll see.
You were shaking your head no on camera,
he said maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Sound like a hell no.
Some of us did, but I did not bring any back. The non-rev of life, it's hard to stand by with wine.
Yes. In case people don't know, Dan works for an airline that starts with a D here in the Atlanta area. And that's his main job. I know many people that listen or watch Sports Pod believe that Dan's full-time job is here on Sports Pod, but believe it or not, he actually works full-time for Sports Pod and then part-time for this airline that starts with a D, and
still contributes to the Big Ten,
and
Big Ten network.
He's getting us all free Delta first-class tickets to whoever's in the national championship.
Yeah,
thank you, Dan. I never said it was that airline. So.
Yeah, exactly. Alex just went right there for it. You know, there are plenty of other airlines that start with a D that are out there.
Yeah,
but regardless, though, we have a lot to talk about this week, friends. I feel like we got to start with Georgia Tech. Mike B was there. He was in the stadium.
What a game.
And I mean, Georgia Tech, they just have not looked great over the past couple of weeks. You've got family on both sides. You're talking about how it was the Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving's going to be very interesting this week.
Very interesting.
With the family being divided. What was the atmosphere like there as I guess really, there's probably a couple of different moments in that game. At one point, it's 28-0 in the second quarter.
Mm-hmm.
Pitt's up. I'm sure the place was completely deflated. Tech makes really okay. All right. Well, go ahead. Tell me.
Noise was still there. It was still early, and I said this last week. Just talking to a colleague. The team with the worst defense is going to lose. And we just got to see which team got the worst defense, because Pitt defense is not that great either. They struggle. They're in shootouts with people because of their offense. They can't stop anybody, depending on who got the best offense. Tech came back as Tech should. The crowd was rocking in there. The momentum was good, and what Pitt needed was a game changer, and that was the interception. Once they got the interception, Tech was that's when you saw the deflation in the team. And then that's when you saw the crowd noise just kind of
at that point it was over, because I mean it was 28-0 in the second quarter, and
21 straight points.
And then in our text side we're like, oh look, Tech's not dead yet.
Mm-hmm.
I do have the killing moment here.
Give to Turner up the middle, first down and more. Inside the 30, Turner inside the 10, all the way for the Pittsburgh touchdown, and possibly the dagger on Georgia Georgia Tech's ACC title game hopes.
And that, in fact, was the dagger for Georgia Tech. But, I mean, let's be honest, guys. We've all been talking over the past couple of weeks at how suspect Georgia Tech has looked. And it's good to hear the crowd was in it the entire time. I know that Atlanta sports fans certainly have a reputation of getting upset early and getting a little bit, a little quiet and leaving early.
Is that what we do?
But it sounds like, at least for the Tech fans, they were not doing that. Alex, after watching that game, I mean, are you surprised with the outcome that Pitt took care of business?
No, I was more surprised. I didn't get to see the first half. I looked at the score. I was at an event, looked at the score, 28-0. I was like, well, that's that game. And by the time I drove from Roswell back down to Midtown, yeah, they'd gotten back in it. Now it was very impressive, but kind of like pivoting off what MikeB's said, team with the worst defense is going to lose. And that was Georgia Tech, unfortunately.
And I mean, going to the season ticket holder for Georgia Tech, Dan Z here. I mean, this has been a problem all season long, has been the defense. And we'll talk about this later. I do think, despite Tech's poor play over really the last 4 weeks, they still have a chance. I mean, if they beat Georgia, you could make an argument that they should sneak in to one of the last. I don't think they're going to host a playoff game or anything, but they certainly, you could make an argument that they deserve to be in the dance with everybody else. But I mean, what are your takeaways there, Dan?
Yeah, I mean, I think we've kind of hit a few points, but over the last few weeks, it's been glaring, obviously, that like they can't stop the run. And I mean, NC State ran it all over them, threw all over them. I mean, they had trouble stopping Boston College last week, who isn't very good. So the defense has been a liability all year. They just have been able to like make enough for those like coin flip plays that go either way to kind of sneak out these wins. Wake Forest was another one. They've had some really close calls, and you start to look back at their wins, and they're just not that great of wins. Like Clemson was the big one at the beginning of the year we thought would be nice, but Clemson hasn't been Clemson. So you're starting to see like there were some holes, in the resume there. But yeah, that interception, Tech's had this thing all year long where they can like get down and come back, and it's like, well, at some point this is going to bite you. You just can't get down every game. Right. And that they had that play, and it was 4th and 5 or whatever. He was inside the red zone, and that pick six, that was kind of the nail in the coffin, I think. And that was kind of like their feast or famine. They put everything on King, and at some point you can't just put it on one guy the whole time, and it's a bummer. But I mean, they could beat Georgia and go 10-2. We'll see with the picks, but it's I don't know if they're going to be in the ACC championship game. I got to look at all those scenarios and who's actually in it anymore. If they get some help with other teams losing, but it's I think they're on the outside looking in now. I think it's
they are definitely on the outside looking in, and there is still a way for them to get there. But I'm glad you're looking into it because I don't have the exact math in front of it. I know that Pittsburgh obviously jumps them, but if they lose this weekend, then somehow Tech could still get in. So it's very complicated. But there's a reason why I went to her last, because she's grinning from ear to ear, being a Georgia grad, proud UGA grad. You've got to be feeling great going into clean old-fashioned hate, knowing that Tech's playing their worst football of the season, right, Nicole?
Absolutely not. It's rivalry week. It's hard for me to say. It's rivalry week. It's gonna be tough. I've been looking over the upcoming picks we have to do and just thinking, you just never know, especially with this season. We've seen so many teams who you think don't have as much to play for, might be trending downward, and they come out swinging and they get way up for a game and surprise everybody, shock everyone. So no, I'm still nervous because we've seen earlier in the season what Tech is capable of. It's almost like Tech and Georgia's seasons have sort of started to flip a little, in that we were the team at the beginning of the season, as we all know, that could not come out ahead. And we were the second half team. We rallied. We always, did what we had to do, except for against Bama. But other than that, we did what we had to do. And now we're, knock on wood, trending in a better direction, and Tech seems to be going the other way, but you just never know. This week of all weeks, I'm still very nervous.
Okay. Oh, you're still very nervous despite everything trending towards what looks like it could be a Georgia blowout. But obviously we'll get to our picks later on in the show, and we'll see how everybody is feeling about that. I got to say, I watched this full game here. I watched the Florida State NC State game, and Florida State's in disarray, guys. Like that, I'm amazed. And the reason why I want to talk about this game is people are like, who cares about 2 5-loss teams in the ACC. I guess now 6th-loss team for FSU. But the reason why I want to bring this up is I thought Norvell should have been fired immediately after that game. I mean, NC State had no business winning that game, despite actually having a good crowd there. They were outplayed, outgained. There were 2 muffed punts. And, I mean, literally FSU did everything wrong in this game. And I'm like, there's no way they're going to let him on the plane back down to Tallahassee. But they just announced earlier today that his contract is going to be retained and FSU is going to keep him for another season. I mean, Alex, I feel like we've talked a lot this season about teams that have held on to coaches for too long. And I'm sorry, I just feel like it's time to restart there. They had that magical no season where they should have made the playoff. We could all argue that. But since then, they've just been terrible.
Yeah, I mean, they've been so bad that you can't even say, oh, they beat Alabama. That doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know. Did they think they just waited too late to enter this crazy coaching carousel? Like I guess, but that's still a desirable job, I think. Yeah. FSU,
it certainly has the history down there, and I know that the payout or the buyouts are ridiculous with all these college coaches.
If they did this sooner, could they have scored a James Franklin?
Maybe,
but
I mean, you can't look at the way that FSU team played is 100% on the coaching. And I mean, at one point on the first muff punt, it bounced off of one of the one of the special teams players' helmets. He's not looking up. He's reacting to somebody in front of him. And I'm sorry, like, you're taught to keep your head on a swivel in those moments because you don't know where the ball is. Mike B, do you think that Norvell should have been retained or not?
Nah, if you want to win, but he brought in a lot of new coaches. A lot of guys left. I don't know, the left got fired, what they do, but he brought in some new guys. Do you give them the opportunity? I don't know. Everything's based on the boosters. It really don't matter what we say.
True. That's true.
But if the boosters like, hey, we're gonna give you opportunity, if he doesn't win next year, he's gonna be fired. ACC is gonna be wide open again next year. It's going to be wide open. Only team I see dominant, maybe Pitt will continue some of the guys that they are retain, those young guys. I mean, it's a freshman quarterback that's been knocking heads. He's, 6-0 now?
I believe he is
6-0. So, like, he'll be back at Pitt. So, you a lot of these teams, you got to see who they're retaining. But I give him one more season, too. ACC wide open.
Okay. All right. Well, one more season for Mike B. Dan Z, how about you?
No, I think we were both aligned. Like, I thought he should have been let go. I'm shocked, but I think Alex kind of had similar thoughts with Alex. I think maybe they thought they missed out on the coaching carousel is pretty insane right now, and I think there's some other bigger jobs. A lot of like dominoes need to fall, so maybe they're going to wait a season. It's been back-to-back years that this has happened. I mean, last year they're supposed to come in pretty preseason top 10, lose to Tech in Ireland, and then the season goes down the drain. This year, big win at the beginning of the season, and then the season's gone down the drain. So I guess I don't know. They're hanging on to a season from 2 years ago where they got snubbed from the playoffs, and that's what they think they are. But it's you had that Travis at quarterback who was there for 4 years. I don't know. I just haven't seen the consistency. If it was one down year and they came back and were competitive this year, maybe. But it's been 2 really, really bad years. So I guess I don't see it from that coach turning it around. But maybe it's a payout thing. They don't want to spend the money, and they're like, we'll try again next year.
Yeah,
I mean, spoken.
Yeah, I guess. I guess so. Well, now I'll play the hypothetical with Nicole. Nicole, if you are an FSU booster, since you have some cousin and family that is connected to FSU, I mean, I'd be pissed. I'm sorry. I would be livid if I'm keeping this guy after the way that team played. I mean, I don't know how much of the game you watched, but after watching it, I mean, you can tell and you can see a well-disciplined football team, and that FSU team was neither of those.
Yes, I agree. And I mean, maybe we look at it, it's a 1-year, extension or retainment, whatever they're calling it. And I mean, pressure's on him definitely next season. But I guess if I'm a booster, yeah, I'm pissed, but maybe I could talk myself down by saying, okay, it's one more season. I don't know. And who knows that could change. Crazier things have happened this year in college football. So if anything, maybe what it does for now is preserve a little bit of the consistency that we're not seeing on the Ole Miss side of things that I don't know how those players are feeling right now. So maybe this is a player first decision too, and that for their sake, let's just be consistent, and maybe next year behind the scenes we're going to be interviewing everybody we possibly can. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
I guess, or maybe the surprise that comes out is that Lane Kiffin chooses to go to FSU. Wouldn't that just rock?
Oh my gosh, that'd be crazy.
Obviously, that would never happen, but that would certainly. I would happily eat crow if I'm wrong about that. If Lane Kiffin ended up going to Florida State. All right, now I wanted to bring up this game selfishly because I did get a chance to watch a lot of this. This really came down to the wire. Duke was up by 2 scores late in this game. UNC scored 15 unanswered points to take the lead late in this game, and Duke did this unthinkable play here. And if you did not get a chance to see it, well, you're in business.
Fake it. Look at Polino off the fake, and Polino down the sideline, knocked out at the 1. Cade Reynolson, the punter, flipped it to Polino, and Duke now on the doorstep with 2:20 to go. It's a 26-yard run for the Blue Devil kicker.
I mean, in the lore of the Duke-UNC rivalry, I know everyone talks about Duke-UNC football, Mike.
Yeah,
I know everyone talks about it. That play, that was a gutsy, ballsy play call by Duke. Momentum had completely shifted towards UNC. They end up scoring, winning by 7. A couple of takeaways that I wanted to say, though, for UNC, despite all of the noise around Bill Belichick, that team was fighting for him the entire game. I feel like Duke across the board has better athletes. We've seen this season, but have we not all seen this season that UNC is not that great? And obviously the recruiting and the transfer portal did not work as well for Bill Belichick as expected. But I saw a lot of fight out of that team. And Alex, we'll start with you. I know that your grandpappy would be happy with the fight that UNC did against Duke there.
They did it for Jordan.
Yes, I guess so. They did do it for Jordan.
Yeah, it's, I think knowing and hearing also that I think a couple weeks ago we were thinking maybe Belichick jumps to this job or that job or goes to the NFL, and maybe hearing him say that he's staying and he's behind this, he came here for a reason, that really put some reassurance with them and fired them up. So I feel like they played a lot harder their last few games. It was that was what you expect to see in a rivalry game, right? A little some kind of magic, a little trick play action. Give it to UNC. They fought hard.
Yeah.
I really thought they were going to do it.
I thought that they were going to pull it off. And if there's anything that I think that we should all take away from it is all of the publicity, especially around Jordan Hudson, has been, that the team's in disarray. They're not playing for him. They don't like him. From what I saw out of that team, I mean, they were fired up on the sidelines. They were looking out for each other, and they were certainly punching above their weight in that game. It looked like UNC was going to pull off the upset. Nicole, you are. Why are you laughing over there?
I'm just that we're really, really, honoring the Jordan reference. I really, really appreciate it. It's just making me laugh. No, I thought the same thing. I mean, I can't bring myself to pick with Billy B, but obviously he's offering some reassurances, and they're not, I guess they haven't had Charlotte's season, for instance, if we're talking about North Carolina teams. So, but I think we just all expected more out of Bill Belichick going to college football and UNC, and it's not a bad school. They always have a decent team and good recruiting. So I don't know. We'll see. They're still fighting, which is saying something, but I don't know, Jared. I know you pick them, and you can't help but want to pick those games every week because it is interesting, but I don't know. I don't buy it yet.
I think it's just been an emotional roller coaster for anybody that is a fan, or as MikeB's been very vocal about today, the booster. If you're a booster of UNC and you saw the expectations were the top, imagine a roller coaster, right? The expectations at the beginning of the season were top of the roller coaster, right? Then all of a sudden it seemed like things were hitting rock bottom. I mean, they looked really bad after week 3, week 4. Now, over the past couple of weeks, as Alex was talking about, you started to see some glimpses of what the team could be, started to see some better defense and more of the Belichick way there. But then, when I see a team fighting for their coach, that says to me that they actually do care about him, despite this evil like a James Bond villain that they're trying to portray that Bill Belichick is, right, Mike B?
Or was it they just wanted to beat Duke and they couldn't do it?
Yeah, I guess.
Over the last few weeks, yeah, they beat Stanford. All right, 20-15.
Listen, Belichick's not the devil. It's that woman that he hates.
Oh, come on!
What's our headline today? Let's see. NBC Sports. Bill Belichick's girlfriend says she's suing Pablo Torre.
Yeah, that's right. The podcaster
okay.
upset with defamation or something.
Her feelings got hurt.
Yeah, so
go ahead and put my pick in North Carolina State. Go Wolf. The pick is in.
Yeah, right. Dan, same question to you. But or do you feel like the Bill Belichick roller coaster is turning, or I guess the Billy B ride is turning in the right direction?
No, I mean they're 4-7. If you would have told me at the beginning of the year, what would you have thought a successful season would have been? 8-3 or something. They're 4-7. They haven't really won a notable win. I think their 3 wins are pretty. I have to look back, but it's like Charlotte, it's
Syracuse.
Syracuse, Richmond. Like these aren't big wins. I mean they're losing to Cal. They lost to Virginia. So it's not. These aren't really good ones. Yeah, sure, they're still playing hard. That's great and all, but at the end of the day, the wins count. And they gave up, had 12 penalties for 103 yards. I mean, that's not very characteristic of a Belichick team. So,
well, a lot of them at the end were like just it was like unsportsmanlike penalty hit left, unsportsmanlike penalty to the right. They were very fired up because there were some very tic-tacky plays that ended up going in Duke's favor. Now, again, you do have to be a little more disciplined in those moments. But I'm going to stand by this. I think not only will Bill Belichick be at UNC next season, I think he's going to have a winning record at UNC next season.
Oh,
so
wow, a bowl. Make a bowl. Yeah, make a bowl.
Hey, not everybody can make the college football playoff. Okay,
that's right.
I think
6 wins. They'll be in the Birmingham Bowl. That's my bowl.
You get paid by them, don't you? You get paid by the Birmingham Bowl.
Just might.
I feel like you do. I feel like you get a little payola plugola from them. Thank you very much.
All right, UAB's got enough issues as it is.
Yes, they do. Jesus. Yeah. Seriously, it has been a rough week for UAB. So let's go on and get an update on those standings. I know, Dan Z, you're fresh from wine country.
Yeah.
Do you have an update on those standings?
No, come back to me later. I'll have one for you.
Okay.
I don't have anything yet.
Okay.
Unless someone else actually checked the standings.
You know what we're gonna do?
I forgot who I picked and everything.
I do have that. There is one walk of shame. I think you forgot. Someone picked the Gators.
Okay.
That was me, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was you.
Okay.
I know. Right. I have mine. I fell on my sword.
All right. Very good. All right.
I don't even remember the picks.
All right. I will make sure to.
I saw one college football game, and that was the one I went to. I ain't watching nothing this weekend.
I only saw the Tech one. Yeah.
Well, you know what? Look, the good thing is,
Pitt.
I couldn't even watch Alabama, Eastern Illinois. I don't have ESPN SEC Plus or whatever.
What is it?
Oh my gosh, you didn't get a chance to watch Alabama, Eastern Illinois. Bless you.
Illinois score.
Friggin' Georgia was on. I could watch that game.
Well, you know what? Hey, at least it's a local for all of us here in the Atlanta area. All right, so we'll do things a little bit unorthodox. I know for people that expect their sports pod to be packaged exactly the same way every single week, what we will do is we will get an update on the standings at the very end of the show after all of the picks. I know. For the sports pod diehards,
holiday
Nicole right now, she's blown away.
But it's exciting. I mean,
that is a tease right there. I as a radio guy, I promise you that is a tease right there. You will get an update on those sports pod standings at the end of the show after all of the picks. That is the Dan Z promise right there. Is that right, Dan?
I'll let you, after you do your walk of shames, I'll give you an update. How about that?
Okay. All right. We will
make mine real quick.
So we've got a couple of walks of shames. Again, Alex took Kansas instead of Iowa State. Mike B took Florida.
I should have listened to you, Nicole.
Well, it happens to the best of us. Mike B took Florida instead of Tennessee. That was a fair pick, by the way, Mike. I got to say, they haven't won. Tennessee hasn't won in the Swamp since 2003. So, I mean, that was a fair pick there. And then I, of course, I was on my soapbox a minute ago talking about UNC and Duke. I picked UNC. All of y'all picked Duke. So, Alex, why don't you kick it off here? Are you ready?
Yeah.
It's going to be a little bit different here, okay? I have a new laptop, so things are a little bit different.
I'll roll with it. This won't take you too long.
Your 30 seconds starts now.
Yeah, this was me just trying to be aggressive and pick out a win over everybody else. And, boy, was that a poor game to pick. 38-14 Iowa State. Kansas's offense didn't really do much of anything until the second half. They were 16 of 29 completions, 132 rushing yards. They turned the ball over only one time, but they just could not. Their offense was no match for Iowa State's defense. Poor game for me to pick to try to be the game to pull out a win over everybody else. Pretty disappointed there. They had 323 yards to Iowa State's 462 yards, so they really did try to make it a game in the second half, but poor game for me to try to squeeze out a win.
Well, all right, let's see. Looking around the room, I am seeing thumbs up around the room. You are safe,
Yeah.
Alex. You are good, but you did get it wrong for picking that game. All right, let's go with Mike B for taking Florida over Tennessee here. Okay, your 30 seconds starts now.
I don't have that much faith in the Volunteers. I just don't.
But they beat
look
them.
all right. I mean, yeah, they did beat them. I like that. What's the receiver I like? Brazel.
I can't remember now.
They shut him down though. The running back had a good game. What's his name? DJ or something.
They've got a couple. They've got 3 good
Whoever
runners.
that top running back is for Tennessee, he ran all over Florida. Florida just they're waiting for their coach. Who they waiting on? Lane Kiffin?
It might be. We're all on lane watch.
It is what
Deshaun
it is.
Bishop's their running back.
Deshaun Bishop, that's him. Yeah. Oh, okay, I ain't studying Volunteers. Whatever. Wrong team. Sorry, they ain't making the playoff. I know that.
Well, you know, according to the ESPN predictor, there's a 1% chance still, and some Vols fans are really hinging on that.
Go Vanderbilt. The pick is in. I said it.
Okay, all right, thumbs up all around for Mike B's walk of shame there. Of course, I had mine with picking UNC over Duke. My 30 seconds starts now. You know what? I really thought I had you guys. I really thought not only was I going to get a victory lap for Stanford and for Cal, because I was just that confident in that game that was going to happen later that day, but I was also very confident in this game. And you know what? As I said before, UNC is trending in the right direction. They will have a winning record next season, but I can't underestimate Duke. They've got a good little football program that they're developing over there, and it's a shame their fans don't care. UNC fans cared. They had the whole stadium filled out. It looked great on TV, and there's a lot to be proud of in Chapel Hill for all those UNC fans out there. So I hope that you forgive me for going with my heart instead of my head, as Nicole always says, and hopefully you forgive me for that. I'm seeing
Sure.
no. Hey, okay, yeah. I only one thumbs down there. I like it.
Can I throw something
I
in real
flipped
quick?
it back.
Sure.
ESPN just pushed out. Brian Kelly, his attorneys are saying LSU has made it nearly impossible for him to get another job.
Oh, really?
You think Ole Miss is a
He
disaster?
doesn't need one.
Oh, boy.
Go ahead. Mm-hmm.
Sorry,
Well, you
just had
know,
to throw that in.
I'm sure. I think that there's plenty of schools.
His son came out at senior night at LSU, and had an undershirt on. Was like free Brian Kelly. I
Well,
was like, okay, well, this is going well.
yeah. Well, that's what happens when you sign those major deals. You got to make sure that you look at the fine print and all of
Talking
the.
about he's 64 years old. He know he's 74. Just go on,
Yeah.
Brian. Just sit down.
We'll get him at one of those community colleges out there. All right,
West Georgia.
There is. Hey, West Georgia, Coach Taylor. Look at this. You're trying. He does this right here. He's trying to get me going here. Coach Taylor, hell of a season. Finished off 83.
Okay.
Victory
Y'all
lap
made the
here.
playoff?
They did not make the playoff.
Oh.
We are not eligible for the playoff, as I was. The NCAA actually DM'd me back about that. All right, victory lap here for me. I correctly picked Stanford over California. My 30 seconds of victory starts now. Well, all of you guys were so confident in Cal. You guys were all score checking. You're like, well, looking at the other teams that both of these teams have played, obviously, Cal should win this game. Stanford looked great in that game. Stanford has a good tradition, and I certainly was impressed with them. And you know what? I'm getting used to them being part of the ACC. So hooray to me. Good job. You should keep picking with me more often because I'm coming back. I'm coming for the picks leader.
Congrats on your good pick.
There we go. That was my 30 seconds. And of course, we all incorrectly picked the Tech game. So we all get a collective wrong for that
Hell
one. There.
Pitt.
And there we get the Hail Pit there from Mike
The
B.
one weekend you didn't pick them.
All right. So now,
That part.
as I promised before here, before we get to the standings here, we're going to do all the picks. We'll do the standings at the very end of the show. So let's start with our Friday picks here for week 14, rivalry week. Starting on Friday, we have the Egg Bowl at noon. You got Ole Miss taking on Mississippi State. Spread is 6.5. The story right now, will he stay or will he go? Mississippi State's been scrappy all season. Nicole, start us off here.
I think everything in me, of course, is nervous for the players with all the outside noise. And I mean, not that I really care about Ole Miss all that much, but I still think that they're going to rally, if not around their coach, maybe they're still rooting for him to stay. They're going to rally around each other. I think that they're definitely going to pull out a win against Mississippi State.
Definitely, Hans.
The pick is
I like that. That's Nicole has grown a lot over the years on the show. Dan Z,
Yeah, I mean, for one team that's 10-1, another one 5-6, the spread is only now down to 6.5. So they think this game will be close. It is a rivalry game. It always is a tough one. There's a lot of swirl. Like Mississippi State's had a lot of close chances in games, and it's like on the other side, Ole Miss, are they going to head straight? Like, is our coach leaving? We're preparing for the playoffs. A lot going on, but I think Ole Miss just has enough talent. This is typically where I think Kiffin has kind of slipped up a couple times in the last couple of years where they had playoff chances and just kind of lost a game they shouldn't. But I think this year they seem to be like focused, and I think Ole Miss will win and get themselves into the playoffs.
Okay.
The pick
All
is
right.
in.
He says that's 2 for Ole Miss. Mike B, why are you riding? Why are you riding with the Bulldogs?
Which Bulldogs are we talking about? No, I think Lane is having conversations with his players. I think they know who's their coach, and they played well. They've had some games. We're like, we think they can play a little bit better. They still won. Only losses to the real Bulldogs. So I'm going with the Rebels.
Okay.
College football
The pick is
playoff.
in.
Well, yeah, they are definitely a lock if they win this game. Alex.
Yeah, who the hell knows what he's telling his team, because they aren't talking. He's not talking, but he's trolling.
Mhm.
I don't know. I have a suspicious feeling he's doing all this and he's going to come out. I saw a thing that said he should come out and with a fold out table and 3 hats like a high school recruit and then pick which team he's going to.
That would be cool.
I have a feeling he's staying at Ole Miss. That's just me. And they're going to roll right over the Bulldogs.
Roll over them. Okay. All right. A lot of confidence here. I thought I was going to be one of the outliers here, but I am rocking with the Rebs too. I like Lane. I think the juice would be if he wins this game and then we get this announcement after the Egg Bowl that he's leaving to go to LSU, which is where I think he would naturally go. That would be crazy, but that makes a sports pod sweep in favor of Ole Miss. All right, now let's go to the Heroes game. Noon, Iowa at Nebraska. Spread is only 6.5 in this game, too. It should be a fun, traditional Big Ten ground and pound style game. Unless you think differently, Alex.
I think this is going to be a good game. This is a tough one. This is almost like a coin flipper for me. This is home for Nebraska, right?
Correct.
Mhm.
I've just been really impressed with the Hawkeyes all season. They've had some tough losses. They had their loss to USC. But I have a good feeling in Nebraska coming off a loss against Penn State. That one loss they had against Penn State a couple weeks ago, or last weekend rather. I'm going Iowa Hawkeyes upsetting Nebraska at home.
Okay.
Oh my God.
All right. Oh, Mike B, you got
Sorry,
something
Mike
to
B.
say there, Mike B. Go
Oh
ahead.
my God. I don't know. Nebraska is they're struggling. They don't have their quarterback. And I like the kid, but these are the big leagues. Like that was still a struggle win when they played a few weeks ago. He got to go home to California, but kind of tough. But I'm gonna root with the family. I'm gonna go home field. They trying to win it out, make a nice little bowl game because I don't know what that coach gonna do. Come on, Matt. Let's go Cornhuskers.
Okay. Going for the Cornhuskers there. Nicole.
I really, really want to pick the Cornhuskers. I do. I just think overall, I'm gonna go with Iowa on this one. I don't know though. Who knows? I'm not as confident in this one, Jared. I know you just said I've grown a lot and I'm regressing now. So there you go.
Yeah, you just regressed back to
I
old
did.
Nicole. We went from new Nicole to old Nicole.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Iowa on this one. They have 4 losses on the year. For a combined of those total losses of 15 points. They lost to Oregon by 2. They lost to Indiana by 5. The other loss, they lost to Iowa State by 3. So it's all been really close losses. They've been in every game, so their defense can keep them in any game. And I think with a backup quarterback, I think Iowa gets the win. So I'm going Hawkeyes.
The pick is in.
Okay, all right. I am also going to rock with the Hawkeyes in this game too. They
The
played
pick is
Oregon
in.
really, really well earlier this season. I like them in a game of attrition. Just I feel like they have a little more depth than Nebraska, though. Nebraska, Mike B is going in the right direction in my opinion. So I will be rocking with the Hawkeyes as well. Now, Mike B, that gives you a chance. You are on an island.
I am.
Would you like to double lock?
No.
Oh,
Loves the
okay.
family.
Come
but-
on.
Okay, no double lock for the fam there. But hey, these games, I'm telling you, this is you get the best out of both teams. Like in this next game, the Lone Star Showdown, 7:30 Friday night. This is going to be great. Texas A&M at Texas. Spread is 2.5. Does A&M have what it takes to complete the undefeated season, or I guess undefeated regular season, excluding the championship game, of course? And really, I mean, if they lose this game, they don't go to the SEC championship, which is very, very juicy.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think they can do it there, Mike B?
I really can. I'm rocking with Reed. What a comeback last week. So hey, and who they played over the week? Did they play over the weekend? They had a bye.
They
played?
A&M played.
A bye. It was Sanford or something.
Yeah. It was
a
easy.
bye.
Yeah.
They had a bye. I think it's gonna be a great game. I don't see. I see the Longhorns being the Longhorns, and I see mistakes, and I see the Aggies. Hopefully they've learned from what those issues were when they played the Gamecocks. I mean, they came back second half and did what they did, and the Gamecocks looked like they look. Why Beamer still got a job? Are we talking about other people still got a job?
I know, seriously.
But yeah, I'm gonna go with the Aggies, man.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with the Aggies upsetting the Longhorns.
The pick is in.
One for the Aggies there. I will be going for the Longhorns in this
The
game.
pick is in.
I have been very suspicious of Texas A&M over the past couple of weeks, and I don't love. This is a night game. It's in Austin, and I feel like the moment's going to be too much for them. You've seen some very mediocre teams keep close with Texas A&M. In my opinion, I think that they end up stumbling here and not making the SEC championship. Arch Manning has a great game.
The pick is
Give me
in.
Texas in this game. Who you got there, Alex?
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Aggies. Texas's defense, I don't trust them, and I don't trust Steve Sarkisian in big games against ranked teams. His record is very much so against him. His offense cannot score when they play highly ranked teams. I think Texas A&M is going to take care of them. I don't know if Texas A&M is going to blow them out, but I definitely think Texas A&M takes care of business.
The pick
Okay,
is in.
all right, a lot of confidence there. All right,
That's right.
let's go to Dan.
Actually, I'm going with you, Jared. I've been a little bit skeptical of Texas A&M all year. They have shown flashes of being really, really good, but they've also shown games where they haven't. They escaped Arkansas barely. They barely escaped South Carolina. And this is kind of the big brother, little brother situation. I mean,
It really is.
Texas A&M hasn't really shown up against Texas in the past. They haven't played a lot recently since Texas A&M joined the SEC a long time, much before Texas did. So I feel like they haven't had a lot of these opportunities, but I think this was the last game of last year too, and Texas A&M needed to win to like have a chance or something. They kind of fumbled that opportunity. I kind of see that happening again. So I'm going Texas. Vegas sees something too. The spread's only 2.5, so I'm going Longhorns.
Yeah, I mean it's a night game in Austin, and Texas. Although Arkansas hung in there in the first half of their game this past weekend, I mean they really rolled away. Ended up scoring, I believe, 52 against Arkansas this past week. Nicole, whose side are you on? Literally, you have a divided crew now.
I know. I am on.
Dan Z and
She's
me.
going Longhorn.
Oh no, I'm going Texas A&M.
Oh, no.
I'm going with the Aggies on this one. I agree. I think it's going to be a tough game,
Right.
and they both have a lot to play for. Maybe you could argue A&M a little bit more, so I'm going to go with the Aggies.
Okay, all right. We have got a
pick is
completely
in.
split crew on the Lone Star Showdown. Let's go to the duel in the desert at 9:00. That would be Arizona at Arizona State. Spread is only 1.5. This is actually the closest game as of Monday night in terms of the spread. So I just throw it in the toss-up category. Nicole, go ahead.
You just came to me, Jerry. You should give somebody else a turn. I mean, my gosh. Dang it. I really didn't want to go first. Okay. Oh, okay. I don't know why I'm so nervous
The
to pick
Georgia
this game.
I know, right?
Um,
It's just the duel in the desert.
I mean, but the spread's 1.5. This is gonna be a good
Look,
game.
this is how you know that Nicole is feeling right here, is because she's repeating the things I just said right there.
I know. Well, I'm just saying. I really like Arizona State's quarterback, Sam Levitt. I really do. And I've picked them at least once or twice this season, and it's paid off for me. I don't know why. I'm going to go with Arizona, though.
Oh, okay.
The pick
Doing
is
the
in.
about face on us right there. I love it there.
Ooh.
All right. All
Yeah.
right, Dan, who you got in this one?
I'm riding with what Nicole said too. I'm going Arizona. Both teams 8-3. I think we had Arizona State a little bit higher in our minds just because they made the playoffs last year, but not quite the season I think they wanted. But I like was it 2 years ago? Arizona kind of had a pretty good season with that QB. Is it Fifta? He has 25 touchdowns and only 5 interceptions on the season. So I'm going the Wildcats. I'm going Arizona on this one. With I guess you could say an upset. Actually, they're favored by 1. So I'm going Arizona.
Okay,
The pick is
going
in.
with the Wildcats. All right, I see Alex. He was literally like, while you were speaking there, he's thinking, he's like wiping his brow and stuff. I'm like, are you good there, Alex? Okay, who you got now?
I don't know.
Wait a minute.
Really a split game. Dan talking about how do you say his last name? Fifita?
Fifta?
Yeah,
Fifta.
He's making me second guess, but
Those numbers, man.
I can't give a expert analysis here, but my gut's telling me to go with the Sun Devils.
Okay, your gut's telling you
The
the Sun
pick is
Devils,
in.
but your gut also told you to pick. What was your walk of shame that you had earlier? You had a walk of shame.
Kansas.
So Kansas, exactly. Be careful with
The
that gut there.
disrespect.
All right, Mike B, who you got?
I think it's gonna be a great game, and based on who they've played, I mean, they've tough losses, and that's all I can say. So my original pick was the Wildcats, and Nicole said it right off with the upset. I'm going Wildcats upset.
Okay, you're going with the Wildcats. All right.
The pick is in.
All right, Alex. You know we will hang together, brother. All right,
The pick
I'm
is
going
in.
with Arizona State. I like it being a home game. 9:00 should be a good atmosphere out there.
Everybody at home that game.
In Arizona.
Yeah, wrong.
All right, so we'll see what happens. I'm going simply off, as Nicola said for many years now. I'm just going off home field advantage. So that's what I'm going to go for.
Sound just like
Hey,
her.
she's in first place. So
in that match.
4.5.
All right, let's go to the Saturday games. This is November 29th. We got a lot of games here, so I'm going to go through these a little bit quicker. The Battle Line rivalry. This would be Missouri at Arkansas. 3:30 kick. Spread is 2.5 in this game. Let's start with Mike B. Who you got?
I want to roll with them Tigers because every time I roll with the Razorbacks, they just cannot get it done, and they're hanging with everybody. But I still don't trust Missouri. What was the last win they got? Mississippi State just lost to Oklahoma over the weekend.
Yeah, that was actually a good game.
I'm trying. I'm going one more. Since it's rivalry week, I'm going one more. I'm going with the Razorbacks one more time.
Oh,
at
okay.
home.
I like
is
it.
in.
I like
I
it.
still like Taylor. I want to see him continue to go. He's just a really good quarterback. I just want to see him go.
Okay. All right. Dan, you seem to be pondering there. What's your pick?
I was agreeing with Mike B that I've gone with the Razorbacks. I think him and I have gone twice with them, and they have failed us both times. They have 2 wins, and those were against FCS schools at the beginning of the year. So I can't trust the Razorbacks anymore. I got to go with Mizzou. The quarterback came back last week, didn't have a great game, but starting quarterback is back, and I like Ahmad Hardy. And Arkansas doesn't play defense, so I'm hoping Mizzou can control the clock and just run the ball on them. So I'm going Mizzou.
All right,
Old
there's
school
one
football.
for
Pick is in.
Mizzou. I'm actually going to go with Mizzou as well. Pribula
pick is
is the
in.
quarterback that came back.
Yeah.
They had him all. They were telling his story during the game about how he had a dislocated ankle. They put it back in place after the injury happened. And because they did that in that moment, I guess 4 weeks ago, that's why he was able to return back from injury so quickly. He looked pretty good. I mean, Oklahoma's defense was certainly noteworthy in that game. They may have one of the better defenses going into the playoffs, and Missouri was in that game to the very end. And I like them. I'm gonna rock with the Tigers in this one.
The pick is in.
All right, Nicole, who you got?
I am going to go against apparently what my tagline is in home field advantage and go with Mizzou. I'm going with the Tigers on this one.
Well,
Let's
that's
get it.
because your husband's got the connections out there to Missouri, and I think for 3 consecutive weeks you picked Missouri. So we know that you've got some.
She's gonna pick Mizzou.
We know that you've got some ties there. Alex, who you got?
Yeah, I'm Mizzou and Dan Z. He pretty much said what I was thinking. I think Ahmad Hardy, that running back, is just Arkansas's defense isn't very good. And I think he is, hopefully, for my pick's sake, will be able to run all over Arkansas. So
They got to give him the damn ball.
The pick is in.
Okay. All right. So Mike B.
I'm on an island. I take it. I'm not doing a double lock. Though.
Not doing a double
crazy.
lock?
Oh, no.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Wouldn't waste my time on them 2 teams.
You don't love the battle line rivalry, Mike?
No, I do not.
Listen, people in both Missouri and Arkansas,
They heard me.
They talk about this for years and years. This is bragging rights going into next year.
They need something else to do. I said it.
Not much to do out there.
Tweet me. What you gonna do?
Let's go down south to the Sunshine Showdown. 4:30, Florida at Florida State. Again, maybe you get a little bit of momentum now that Norvell's coming back to FSU, but Florida looked terrible against Tennessee. I think the final score was 33-11 in that game. That streak of losing in the swamp is now over for Tennessee. Spread was close. I think it was 3.5 the last I checked.
1.5 now.
1.5. Oh, wow. All right. All right. So, Nicole, who you got?
I mean, it's like you just sort of described 2 dumpster fires, it's like, which one do I pick? I wondered too, my observation was maybe Florida State puts that announcement out this week too, to try to give their players some hope, something to play for. I don't know. I'm going to go with Florida State. I'm going to do it.
Okay.
Rock with Seminoles.
Going with the Seminoles. I will also be going with the Noles in this game. As bad as they played and as poorly as they were coached last week, I do agree with your analysis there, Nicole. I do think that was to motivate, to get you ready for this game. One moment that I didn't bring up in the open about them that I was concerned about was Castellanos, their quarterback, was at one point yelling, F this S, like that as he's running off the field. It sounded like he was going to the transfer portal. Maybe this is a way to keep him from not going in the transfer portal and going somewhere else. I'll be rocking with the Noles in this game. Dan Z.
Castellanos, get out of here. He ain't that good. Where's he? We were in Boston College, LSU. He'll be quarterback at Marshall next year. I'm gonna
look as a 5th-year senior.
The 5th-year senior. He's one of those guys. Like 2 years, he'll be on a 7th team, like 7-year senior or something. He ain't nothing. But I am gonna ride. All that being said, I'm still gonna take FSU. Florida has been an absolute train wreck the last 4 weeks. Played Georgia really tough, but since then I think that was kind of their Super Bowl, and we're hoping, they could make it pull up an upset, because since then they gave up 38 points to Kentucky, lost 38-7, 34 points to Ole Miss, 31 points to Tennessee. So that defense I kind of feel like has checked out. So I'm going the Seminoles to go in there and get this win. At least there's some stability with the coach coming back. Who knows what Florida's doing? I feel like there could be a lot of transfers leaving that program after this year. So I'm going with Seminoles.
Okay. All right. That's a couple for the Seminoles there. Alex, who you got?
Yeah, I'm going FSU too. I had the same thoughts and feelings about their quarterback as Dan, but I don't know. They seem to play SEC games pretty well. They did well in their first one this season. Why not do well in their second one? So give me FSU.
Okay. I like that confidence there. All right. That would leave Mike B. Why are you taking the Gators?
Florida State has a lot more to play for. And like I said, stability of the coach. So now they know he's coming back one more year, but does that really mean anything? And do they want to, play in the bowl game, play in the Birmingham Bowl?
You said it again. He's getting paid.
Playing in the Birmingham Bowl.
Everybody's playing the Birmingham Bowl. That's it. So, hey, they trying to get this win. I want to see an upset. I really want to see the Gators just rock the end of their season.
So that's why you're taking them.
I'm going to Florida State. I don't think the Gators can do it. I think at this point they're waiting on the coach. Yeah, they're waiting on the coach. I'm with Commissioner. Those guys are checked out. They're tired. I think they're going to play hard though, but I don't think they'll be able to get it done. They're waiting to see who's coming to take the reins.
Yeah,
they're ready for a coach.
They're ready for Lane Kiffin, but the way Florida's playing, I don't think it's happened that way. But that makes the Sports Pod sweep in favor of
Let's go Gators.
FSU. All right, now this is interesting because I had to look this up because I remember it being the Governor's Cup, but I mean, there's a lot of Governor's Cups. So I've also heard that apparently this is the Battle of the Bluegrass. Makes sense with it being Kentucky. Noon kick, you got Kentucky at Louisville. Spread is 3.5. Kentucky is fighting for bowl eligibility. Do you think that that's going to be enough motivation for them, Alex Williams?
This is a tough one. I mean, you can't turn a blind eye to Kentucky by any stretch. And Louisville coming off 3 tough losses with SMU, got smoked by SMU, a 1-point game loss to Clemson, and then an overtime loss to Cal. That's pretty rough. And I mean, I can't look at Kentucky's win over Florida as being super impressive because Florida's so bad. Coin flip, I'm going to go Louisville.
Okay.
The pick is
1
in.
for the Cards. All right, Mike B, I see you're flipping a coin there. Who you got?
Yeah, they're not playing at Kroger Field. They're playing at the Credit Union. Go ahead, Cardinals. They'll get it
Credit
in.
Union.
The pick is
Okay.
in.
All right, Nicole.
The only note I had down is that after the Florida State pick, this is picking against the SEC again, but I just think we're talking about Kentucky and Florida, so I'm going to go with Louisville too on this one.
Okay.
The pick is
All
in.
right, Dan Z.
Alex made a good. Someone I was going to call too is there's 3 straight losses for Louisville, and they've looked a little rough. I mean, Cal is nothing that's great. Got beat up really bad by SMU. So they seem to be struggling in ever since they had that big upset win against Miami, and we kind of said like, oh, maybe they're good. They haven't shown that they're good. I'm going with Kentucky here with the upset. I think they're going to come in. They seem to show up for some of these games. They beat Florida, which I know is not a big win, but they also beat Auburn. Yeah, nothing with Kentucky is really, or with Louisville is really telling me that nothing that's screaming that I think they're going to pull this off. So I'm going Kentucky. Yeah, I'm going to go with the Wildcats.
Okay, all
The
right.
pick is in.
Damn, I thought I was going to be on an island on this one. I was going to double lock. I'm rocking
The
with
pick
with the Wildcats as well in the Gov/Bluegrass Battle of the Bluegrass, just because, again, it's bowl eligibility. They've been fighting for Stoops for the second half of the season to keep him there and to prevent him from going somewhere else. They're sitting there at 5 wins. They're right on the cusp. Louisville, I believe, is out of ACC championship contention now. So I really think they have a lot more to play for. And, I mean, bowl eligibility is good. You don't realize how much these kids get when they go to a bowl. They get like all this free gear and stuff.
Mhm.
That's incentive. They get
They'll be in Birmingham too.
Not everybody
Birmingham's
could
gonna
be
be busy.
We got to start calling, say the Bahamas Bowl or something. Maybe we get a sponsorship. Maybe we all go to the Bahamas. I don't want to go to Birmingham. Okay.
Yeah, amen. I'm with Dan Z on that one. Yeah. Let's get
Shout out the Bahamas Bowl or Idaho Potato Bowl. I'll take potatoes.
Potato bowl.
someplace that has.
I'll take mayonnaise. I'll take mayo. Take Duke's mayo bowl. Let's do it.
We'll go to Charlotte for a weekend over Birmingham. All right, now let's go to the Commonwealth
The
Cup.
Myrtle Beach Bowl. They can do that one. We can go to Myrtle Beach.
Ooh, that's
I'll
a-
do that.
Yeah, hey, I'll take that too. The Commonwealth Cup, 7:00 kick. Virginia at Virginia Tech. Can Virginia Tech spoil Virginia's surprisingly good season? Mike B.
Hell no. I know Tech got a little coach now. Is he gonna be at the game? He gonna be out there? They gonna give him a little headset.
He's gonna have that 1-0 pin on.
They have a little headset on. Is they gonna let him get started?
I believe he was coaching this past weekend.
All right, they're gonna let him get started, and he finna go 0-1. Go ahead with my Yahoos. They got a lot more to play for. I'm going with my Yoo-hoos.
Okay, going with the Yoo-hoos.
That's right.
All right, Alex.
Yeah, I'm going with the Yoo-hoo, whatever.
What
I'm
is it?
going with the Wahoos.
The
I'm going with
Cavaliers.
the
Can we just call them the
Virginia
Cavaliers?
Cavaliers at home, taking care of business over to Virginia Tech.
Hey, listen, they are the proud home of Dr. Seuss, which is why they are called the Wahoos. And Nicole, I know that you're going to pick Virginia Tech. Why are you picking Virginia Tech?
I am not going to pick Virginia Tech. Go Yoo-hoo Wahoos, whatever it is. There you go.
Wahoos.
That's
All right.
right.
Danzy.
Yeah, I'm going with Virginia as well. Again, they have the path in front of them. They can make it into the ACC title with this win. So I think there's just a little bit playing for more. So I am going with Virginia.
Okay, that makes let's go on and just make it a sweep for the Wahoos.
in.
For sweep for Sports Pod sweep for Virginia. Sweep. That was a very unorthodox soup. I know.
We don't care.
We had not rehearsed that one there, guys. That was a different one there.
It showed. It showed.
That was just a team that was playing.
Okay, all right. Just for everybody's sake here, let's do it one more time. That's another sports pod. Sweet. Much better. Still not great, but it needs some work there.
That'll do.
All right.
Yeah, we made a better game. Here we go.
All right, we'll get to the Palmetto Bowl. That's in South Carolina. You got noon kick. Clemson taking on South Carolina. Spread is 2.5. Tale of two seasons here. South Carolina probably should have beat one of the better teams in the country, Texas A&M. Clemson didn't look great at the beginning of the season, but they're looking better now. Dan, who you got in this game?
I've been dogging on Clemson all year. I feel like they were my overrated team. I picked at the beginning of the year, but Clemson's been bad, and I don't see them. I know that they are riding a 3-game win streak, but against Louisville, SFU, and Forum. So I'm going Foreman. Who is it? Yeah, I'm going South Carolina.
Christian school.
It's at home. I think South Carolina won this last year too, right? They went into Clemson and
I believe they did. Yeah,
they win. So I'm going South Carolina.
Okay.
The pick is in.
One for the Cox there. All right, Mike B.
Yeah, before they fired the coach, they're gonna let them go in and beat on Clemson, and then both of them getting fired. But yeah, I like sellers to go in and do their thing. Clemson, they're gonna let me see what bowl game Clemson gonna play. Aren't they bowl eligible?
The pick is in.
I'm looking.
They'll probably go to the Bush Bowl overtime. We can go to Florida.
No, I'm looking here. It looks like it's gonna be the Birmingham Bowl.
They go to Birmingham.
That's where. With
We
everybody
packed
else.
in Birmingham.
You made the Pop-Tart Bowl back. Are they bringing that back? Are they going to bake them again?
Oh yeah, that'll be there.
I
The
hope
Pop-Tart got baked.
We can go to Mobile, 68 Ventures
Apparently, there's
Bowl.
going to be edible ones
We
this
go to
year.
Mobile, have a good
Pop-Tarts.
time.
I think either would be Mobile would definitely be a fun time.
Yeah, Mobile.
absolutely.
Who you got, Alex?
I did not expect everybody to jump on this Gamecock train with me. I'm going Gamecocks at home. Clemson they're bad. Yeah, Dan
Don't
is right.
be like
They've had
that. I
some
always-
personal
come on
wins.
now.
I knew you would be, but I didn't see it coming from Dan either. Give me the Gamecocks, the North Sellers, and then they can fire what's his face?
Shane
What's his
Beamer.
name? Shane Beamer.
Oh,
The pick is
Shane.
in.
Okay.
Mm.
It's
All
a
right.
shame, Shane.
Nicole.
Oh boy.
Okay, everybody else went before you now. You can't be like, oh boy.
Well, who are you picking, Jared?
Going Dabo.
Everybody wants to know.
Yeah,
Gosh.
I'll lock it in. I'm going
The
Clemson.
pick is
I'm
in.
going Clemson this game. I like the
Are
way they played.
you?
I like the way they played at the end of the year. Clemson in the rivalry has owned South Carolina. I believe I'll pull up the record here while you decide what your pick is.
Oh gosh. Because Jared, it's 50-50. I said this last week when we both picked Missouri, and that when we pick together, sometimes it goes really well, and then other times,
Pick Clemson. Go ahead.
you know what? I can't bring myself to pick South Carolina, so I'm going to pick Clemson. Let's do it.
Okay. All right. We're together again on
The
this one.
pick is in.
The all-time record, by the way.
And there goes my lead in the picks. Right?
70 Here's what it is here. Just for those that are keeping along with their scorecard, their sports spot scorecards at home. Clemson leads the all-time series 73 to 44 with 4 ties.
Yeah.
How do you get 4 ties in a rivalry? That's crazy. Either way, Clemson is definitely the big brother in that game, and I think both those teams will get up for that game, but Clemson will take care
William
of this.
Bryce Stadium. It's Thanksgiving. We're gonna have a good time.
Yeah, it should be a good time out there. All right, now we have the Carolina State game. This would be 7:30 kick. UNC at NC State. UNC, as we mentioned at the top of the show, had Duke by all accounts. And despite all the noise, the team has been fighting for Belichick. Did they have enough to beat the Pack in Raleigh? Let's start with Dan Z.
No. One team has an offense and one doesn't. So I'm going with the team that has an offense. That's NC State. It's at home. So yeah, I'm going Wolfpack. I like Bailey, like the quarterback. I like the running backs. If we have time later, I actually figured out at Chat GPT showed me all the scenarios that need to happen for Georgia Tech to make the ACC title, and one of them is we need NC State to beat UNC. I don't know why it matters, but it matters for some reason.
Okay, all right. Well, we like going through the scenarios there. There's one for the Pack. Mike B, you're going with the Pack too.
Yeah, I'm going with the Wolfpack all day. I think that offense is going to overpower. I don't believe in Bill Belichick just because those guys are playing. Yeah, they playing because they get ready to jump on that recruiting train. Somebody get me out of here.
Jumping in the portal.
And the Pop-Tart Bowl is December 27th, Orlando, Florida. Let's go. Camping World Stadium. Let's go.
All right.
pick is
There
in.
we go for the Wolfpack. Nicole.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Wolfpack on this one. I can't with Billy B. I can't do it yet.
The pick
Not
is
buying
in.
it.
Okay. All right, Alex. Why are you going with UNC?
Oh, I wish I could for my grandfather, but he would smack me even for making that pick. Give me NC State. I like what Dan Z said about, I think it was Dan or Mike B said about that running back, Hollywood Smothers.
Yeah,
That guy's got an awesome
Great
name.
name.
It's a
Yeah.
fantastic
The pick
name,
is in.
and he's really good.
He is
And they
a
got a good quarterback. He's a
Bailey's
giant.
great.
Bailey's good. Yeah,
He's
Bailey's
just a
good.
sophomore.
Bailey's very good. Smothers is good. What I loved that NC State was doing was in third and short and fourth and short scenarios, they were bringing that sophomore quarterback that you were talking about, Mike B, out there, and he was unstoppable. FSU had nothing to stop it. UNC's offense is, you saw some glimpses last week, but I do think with this being a road game for them, I don't like UNC in this game. So I'm going to take NC State, make
pick is
another sports pod sweep.
Why you didn't pick UNC, Jared? They was fighting for Billy B.
Well, this is a different game. If the game were in Chapel Bill, then I think it would have been I would have maybe
Chapel Bill.
I would have maybe
I was sick of it.
maybe picked up that, but I was not feeling confident. All right, this game has got some implications here for the ACC. You got number 13 Miami taking on Pitt. Can Pitt secure their spot in the ACC championship? Mike B.
I am rolling with it. They're on a roll right now. The only reason I'm rolling, one family and Jakarian Turner. That was that running back. Give him the ball, and he wants the ball. So I put in my request to the coaches. Give him the ball. Let that man run. It's gonna be a tough game, but it's gonna be good and cold for Miami. So let them come on up there. It's like 35 degrees. Yeah, come on up there. But I'm rocking with Pitt, man. I want to see them continue, so I'm going with Pitt.
Okay, there's one for Pitt.
Carson Baker throw a nice interception that'll go for 80 yards. Did Georgia Tech just do that? They sure did.
Nicole, I know how much you love Carson Beck, so
She's going Miami. Yeah, come on, Nicole, go Miami.
Oh, Mike B. I want to pick Pitt so badly, but I just picked Clemson. Let's just consider the context. So I'm gonna go with the safe choice. I'm gonna pick Miami, but I'm gonna root for Pitt.
Hell, Pitt.
There you go.
You're rooting for Carson Beck
Carson
there.
Beck, that's it.
I'll go on and make this very, very quick and easy. Miami
pick
wins
is
this
in.
game. I'm sorry, Mike B. I don't think it's going to be close.
Yeah, whatever.
Dan's.
Yeah. Pitt's played well down the stretch recently. I like this quarterback that's come in. He's played really well. Yeah, I just think that Miami has gotten themselves back into this potential playoff spot. I think they see what's at stake. So unfortunately, I'm going to go Miami, but I am rooting for Pitt to win this one.
The pick is
The
in.
people want them in the playoffs. They don't deserve it. Send Carson back home. I'm waiting on that interception.
I'll definitely throw a couple.
I'll make mine short and simple. Miami wins. Carson Beck will throw an interception.
Okay.
The pick is
Get
in.
the best of all worlds there. Mike B, you have the chance to double lock.
No double lock.
No double lock? Okay, all right.
They ain't giving me no money except for the Birmingham Bowl.
There's three. There's three right there. You know what? Now every time you mention it, you will get a run for the Birmingham Bowl.
You know Snoop Dogg has a bowl. Did y'all know that?
I did not know that.
Snoop Dogg Arizona Bowl presented by Gin and Juice by Dre and Snoop Dogg in Arizona.
First year, I think.
That is dope.
That's the bowl I want to go to.
Let's go to
Yeah,
that one.
okay, yeah,
Let's go to that one.
Nice and cloudy.
For all those out there that made us an award-nominated podcast, make sure that you put in the plea for us to be at the Snoop
Food gonna run
Dogg.
out
That's
real quick.
right.
They're gonna run out of food at those concessions real quick.
Listen,
They really are.
Saying.
they're not gonna be there for halftime.
since we just talked about ACC scenarios here, and Dan, you've got it fresh off ChatGPT. What are the scenarios
What
for
did
the
chat
ACC?
say?
I'll run through them quickly. There's 3 scenarios for Tech to get into the playoffs here. Scenario 1, Pitt beats Miami, Virginia Tech beats Virginia, and Cal beats SMU. So basically, we need the upsets for all of them. if Miami beats Pitt, they can still get if Cal beats SMU, Duke loses to Wake Forest, Boston College beats Syracuse, and NC State beats UNC. I don't know why these other games matter, by the way. And then scenario 3, Miami beats Pitt, Cal beats SMU, Virginia Tech beats Virginia, and Boston College beats Syracuse, and NC State beats UNC.
Okay, all right.
Wow.
I just don't understand
Come on,
the NC
James
State
Franklin.
part. I don't understand the NC State part.
I don't understand NC State or Boston College and why
Yeah.
that matters, but
I don't get it either. I mean,
Has
because
Boston College beat anybody in the ACC? And then that
no, I
week-
think they're 1-9. Maybe
but they haven't beat anybody.
I don't. All right, wait,
Wow.
you know what, let's just put
the Cal SMU and the Virginia Tech one makes sense because of Virginia and SMU ahead of them, but I don't understand why Boston College and NC State matter.
You got to use the Chat GPT 5.0. You're using the basics.
It must be. Yeah, simplify this even more for me. Basically, Tech try to win against UGA. That's what you need to do.
That
this
part.
week. You got to take care of business against your arch rivals, which is going to be our sports
Nicole's
pod
nervous.
game of the
I'm
week
sweating.
coming up in just a few minutes. But first, LSU at Oklahoma. Can Oklahoma do it, guys?
Yeah.
Can they solidify a spot in the college football playoff? That defense looks amazing, but LSU would love to spoil those plans. Mike B, you are confident. Why are you taking Oklahoma? The
Yeah,
Sooners?
I'm gonna take Oklahoma. I went against them a couple times, and they have definitely shocked me. And I think that Bama win really shocked me. I think it shocked them. So to continue to be a top 10 team, they know they got to continue winning, and the SEC still ain't nothing to play with. We done told them, welcome to the SEC. We already told them, let's go. I'm gonna rock with
The
them.
pick is in.
Okay, there we go. All right, Alex.
Yeah, I said it last week, and I think it is even more so a factor this week after their big win over Missouri. Oklahoma gained a lot of confidence coming off that win in Tuscaloosa, and they just kept building on it. Oklahoma.
Okay,
The pick
all right.
is
There's
in.
2 for Oklahoma. Dan Z.
Yeah, I'm riding with the Sooners too. They were my sleeper pick to win the SEC, but if they make the playoff, I consider that a win too. Their defense is legit. Like the defense has really stepped up. I mean, they held Mizzou to 6 points. Obviously held Alabama to 21. Went on the road and won those games in Tuscaloosa, in Knoxville. So yeah, I think that defense is for real. So I'm going to Oklahoma.
The pick is
All right,
in.
Nicole.
I echo everything you guys just said. I'm going with Oklahoma. I think also the outside noise for LSU right now, probably too much, especially on the road, for them to win. So give me the Sooners.
Okay,
The
there
pick is in.
is a scenario where LSU wins this game, guys, and that is if Lane Kiffin announces the Egg Bowl being on Friday,
That's true.
and the announcement comes out that he is coming to LSU. Talk about a motivating factor to get that team to go take care of business against
Your
Oklahoma.
pick on that?
No, I am not right. I think on that. I only rocking with the
The pick
Sooners
is
in this
in.
game. That defense is elite. That makes a sports pod sweet for the Sooners there. All right, now let's go to the Smoky Mountain Whiskey Bowl. 3:30 kick. You got Vandy at Tennessee. There's less than a 1% chance the Vols make the playoffs, but man, their fan base clamoring for it. You should put that in your scenarios there, Dan Z, to see what needs to happen for the Vols to make the playoffs. There, I keep telling all my friends that are Vols, I'm like, guys, it's over, it's over. But you still want to beat your little brother Vanderbilt. Will it happen, Nicole?
I think so. I'm going to go with the Volunteers.
All right, she's going with the
pick is
Vols
in.
as she freezes.
I
ahead.
think just like your tagline, home field advantage, and I think that the fan base is going to rally behind the team. I think that there's still maybe it's false hope, maybe they shouldn't be hoping to be in the playoffs, but I think it's going to be a tough game. But Tennessee pulls this one out. So.
Okay, there's one for
pick is
UT.
in.
All right, Alex.
I'm torn on this game, but because I mean Vanderbilt's got a lot to play for. Tough game for Tennessee. I'm going Vanderbilt upsetting Vols in Knoxville.
The pick is
Okay,
in.
one for Vandy. All right, Mike B, clapping his hands. Who you got?
That's right. I'm going Diego Pavia. Listen, do your thing. You're having a good time. It's
His
his
mom's
senior
doing her
year. Don't know if he's going to do the 5th-year option. If somebody's like, hey, we'll give you an opportunity. Listen, do your thing. And listen, Nashville versus Knoxville. I've had fun in both cities, I think I get drunk as more in Nashville. Let's go.
The pick
Come on,
is
come
in.
I
on,
love it.
Dogs.
I couldn't agree
Go with
more.
the upset.
Nashville is definitely a better time than Knoxville, but will that sway you there, Dancy?
Jared, did you want to know the scenario that
yeah, please. Yeah, please.
says that it has less than a 2% chance of making after their third loss of the season. The Volunteers have no control over their fate and would need significant upsets by other teams, and combined with a dominant win from Vanderbilt to even be considered. So doesn't it sound like there's no direct path? And the same with Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt kind of has a crueler fate if they end up being 10-2, but they're also going to need maybe like an Oklahoma to lose or, BYU to lose, and maybe there's another at-large bid, but they're kind of on the outside looking in too. But that being said, is even with Tennessee, they win, they're not in. Are they like getting up for this game? I know it's like a rivalry game, but this is the one time I feel like Vandy has a chance to like really like put a stamp on this rivalry, go in there. They are 9-2, and I think they're looking to make a little statement. Even if it's not a playoff win, a 10-2 season for Vanderbilt is like something big for them.
Oh, for sure, especially for the legacy of Diego Pavia, as Mike B was talking about.
Yeah, I'm with Mike B. I'm gonna go in there. I'm going. Vandy goes in, gets an upset. I'm going.
The pick is
Commodores.
in.
Oh no, Nicole, are we in an alliance again here? Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm rocking with the Vols in this game.
The pick is in.
I think what has been impressive watching so many Tennessee games this year is the offensive play calling of Josh Heupel. We've really seen how unlocked he has gotten this offense. The defense is not good at all, but he is great at scheming people open. I think that he will get his team ready to go, especially if there are some scenarios where they feel like they could still make the playoff. Like, let's say, worst case scenario, Auburn ends up losing, or Auburn ends up beating Alabama in the Iron Bowl, and they somehow sneak in. I don't think it's going to happen. I would not get my hopes up as a Vols fan, but Vanderbilt's still your little brother. And for that being said, I think that the Vols end up winning that game. All right, now let's go to that said Iron Bowl. 7:30 kick, obviously Alabama at Auburn. Auburn wants to ruin Alabama's season. Do they have enough to pull it off, Mike B?
Yeah, no. I'm roll tide. He cannot take another loss. What's your coach name? What that man?
Kalen DeBoer.
Yeah, Kalen DeBoer. See how important he is to me. He can't take another L. That was a tough one in Oklahoma. I mean, I picked him a few games. I'm just saying, overhyped team. Anyway, Kalen, he cannot take another
SEC.
I did not.
I thought you did.
Texas.
You picked Texas?
Yeah.
Oh, even worse.
Exactly. I thought me and Sar had, that's my guy. I mean, he let me down. He come back to the Falcons right now at this point, the offensive coordinator.
Seriously.
But he can't take another L, man. And Auburn, they're trying to figure it out. So I'm going Alabama.
is
All right, one for Bama. All right, Alex, we know you're taking Bama, so I'll go ahead and lock it in.
The
Why are you
pick is
taking
in.
Bama?
Playoffs ride on it. SEC championship rides on it. Need a big win here. We sarcastically proved last week, since the committee said we can't run the ball, that we do run the ball. Big game, night game, Jordan Hare. Got to bring the goats. Got to bring it all. Roll damn tide.
Okay. All right.
Blitz,
We know
Bama, blitz.
Blitz, Bama, Blitz. All right. Let's go to Nicole. You might pick Auburn.
Absolutely not. And let's just get this over with, as always. Alabama. I don't want to throw up, so
Roll Tide.
lock me in. Alabama. Let's go.
Okay,
The
all
pick
right.
is
Well,
in.
and that means, Dan, are you going to be brave here, man? You going with Auburn?
No, Alabama was my team to pick to win the SEC this year. I think they're still they still have a chance to do that. So they're playing for a little bit more. I know it's a big rivalry, so both teams are always up for it. Interestingly enough, this game opened at 3.5 points, which is a very low spread considering one team's 5-6 and the other one's 9-2. It's now up to 6.5, so people are betting on Alabama to cover that and win. I think they do. I think they, I think both these teams had a cupcake SEC bye week. But I think Alabama bounces back from that Oklahoma win, gets back on the path and gets them in the playoffs. I'm going Roll Tide.
Okay,
pick
going
is
with
in.
the Tide. I'll also make it another sweep here for the Tide.
The pick is in.
It certainly would make it very interesting to see a chaotic finish in the SEC
No, it
if
wouldn't.
Auburn wins that game. I know Alex does not want to see that, but I think just from the pandemonium standpoint, I kind of want to see that happen. Just for a competitive standpoint, we'll see what happens. But that makes another sports pod sweep for the Tide. All right, look at us. We're picking an Ohio State game. We have the game. Noon kick. Number 1, Ohio State in the Big House taking on Michigan. There's one team that can beat Ohio State. We all know it's Michigan. Isn't that right, Nicole?
That is right. And homerism all the way here. All my family's from Michigan. My dad bleeds blue and gold, so I'm going Michigan all the way, baby. Go blue. Let's do it.
Absolutely insane.
I know.
Give me Ohio State
The
by a
pick is
mile
in.
here. I think this Michigan team is not very good. And the streak ends. I believe it's 4 in a row, right, Dan? Obviously, you're taking Ohio State. It's 4 in a row, right? The streak ends now.
It is 4 in a row. And it's been kind of the similar script the last 4 years. I mean, I feel like we've had, except the 1 year that Michigan won the title, both were really good teams. Ohio State has been favored in most of these games. So it's been one of those like Achilles heels type thing for Ryan Day. But I feel like this year's team, we just have a lot of talent with, with Tate, with Smith and Sane, and the defense is just playing at like a really, really high level. So I think they're going to get after Underwood. And if we get out ahead and make them have to pass the ball and they're a running team, I think that's where we can expose them. So I'm going to Buckeyes here for the win.
Okay. All right.
The pick is in.
So let's go with Mike B.
Well, I've actually rolled with Nicole these last 3 years and picked against Ohio State.
You sure have.
I have, and I've been with Nicole, and we've been right. Unfortunately,
You're gonna leave Nicole.
they are.
You leave you hanging there, Nicole.
I love you, Nicole, but they are.
It's okay.
They're going to have a shift in energy. I don't know a lot of people, especially my Columbus family. They like, hey, they're going national championship, and as somebody I support them. That's what you're thinking. Then let's get to the playoffs. We'll talk about it then. But this weekend, they end the streak. They will win, and they're going to upset Michigan at home. I'm going with the Buckeyes.
The pick
They're
is
putting
in.
energy in it this weekend.
All right.
Yeah.
So that leaves the pressure on Alex here. Alex, who you got?
Ohio State. Their defense is too good. Michigan's offense can't put up enough points. They won't be able to get down the field enough on Ohio State. Ohio State wins.
The pick is
Okay.
in.
All right. Now, Nicole, you are on an island. You are welcome to double lock if you would like to.
Oh man, can I think about it? I have to pick. I have to decide right now.
exactly.
Right now. Don't be
Here.
Let's do it. Double lock.
Double lock.
The
Whoa.
pick is in.
I
Okay.
respect that.
Okay. All right. I mean,
You guys have to understand. This
No.
is you can't if you have family. Might be you were saying from Columbus.
Yeah.
They can't pick Michigan in this game. I can't physically pick Ohio State in this. It is that intense of a rivalry. No matter how the teams are playing, there's something about that game. No matter what year.
My cousin's been mad at me for
damn
3 years, but they want to come to Atlanta. You got nowhere to stay.
Exactly.
You
The pick
lost.
is in.
all right. For those that aren't familiar with the double lock essentially counts as 2 wins if you get it right, 2 losses if you get it wrong. So I like that. I like that. That's a brave take there. And as Dan pointed out before, Ohio State has been favored in several of these games that have gone Michigan's way. So maybe it's a Ryan Day thing if they end up losing again to Michigan. All right, now we will get our sports pod game of the week in just a few minutes, which of course will be clean old-fashioned hate between Georgia and Georgia Tech. But first, we're going to have on Sunday, I mean, the Falcons took care of business against New Orleans. I think most of us expected that to happen. They play the Jets, 1 o'clock.
Is just bad.
Yeah, and there were some glimpses the Falcons showed, at least against the Saints. Can they keep it up going against the Jets there, Mike B?
Yeah, the Jets are just as bad. It's gonna be a little cold, so they need to put some sleeves on and be ready and get these boys some milk on the sideline because the Gatorade is not working.
No,
They're not sweating enough. They need strong bones, but I think they can do it. I think Kirk can go up there and get a win. That defense is woof. They look good.
yeah,
They look so good. I hated that Billy Bowman's back on injured reserve, Zach Harrison back on injured reserve, but let them boys play. Let Jalen and James play and just let them go.
yeah,
They had an amazing game.
yeah. They really
So,
did.
The
I'm
pick
rocking with our defensive line.
I also liked. I'll go on and obviously lock with.
pick is in.
We're both locking with the Falcons here. I think
and
that-
run Tyler.
Yeah,
Run the ball.
I think what was really impressive watching that game, and I was going to not watch it, but it was actually on after I had gone to the Tech West Georgia basketball game, And so I'm like, okay, all right, I got to watch it. So I put it on, and I did like how they changed out of the pistol formation into the single back formation.
Underselling.
And again, Kirk Cousins strives in the play action. He was looking great against, again, it's the Saints, very small sample size, but more of that, please. Less pistol, more play action. Give me the Falcons.
Save that man job because I'm ready for him to go too.
No, well, it's going to be, tell you, if he goes 6-1 or 7-0.
Go ahead and cut Kyle Pitts. He can't catch a cold. Anyway, go ahead.
No, he cannot. Alex, you're like shaking to be picked here.
Yeah, Kyle Pitts. That's just a waste of space. It's amazing what the offense can do when you're not in shotgun every play.
Yeah.
The pistol.
Yeah, that. It was good to see. Good to see Kirk Cousins have a good game. Throw a deep pass. He was like the Kirk Cousin of old, briefly.
All right, it's good to see Mooney catch because he can't catch a cold.
They locked in together
he catch
really
a cramp,
well
but he
last
can't
year.
catch a cold.
I'll ride with the Falcons. Why not?
Okay, I like it. They're going with the Falcons. All right, Nicole. How about you?
I'll go with the Falcons. Let's do it.
I like it. Look at that.
Thank you,
Good
Nicole.
picks
Thank
all around. Dan Z.
Right.
Go with the Falcons. At the end of the day, it's the Jets. They're 2-9, and I mean, if you can't beat the Jets, who are you going to beat? So yeah,
Go Browns.
Falcons.
All right, I like it. Look at that. That's
Falcons got to win.
That's true.
They sure did with Shadir
Heck
Sanders, and
the starting quarterback now.
I wanted to make sure
They announced it.
I wanted to make sure I played this cover because we have not seen this all season long from the Falcons. I'm obviously rocking Falcons attire right now.
What, you mean the kicker?
But I loved the kicking. Yeah, it was
We made a
definitely
field goal?
amazing. But I think this is probably the most amazing thing that I've seen, at least out of the offense this season, was this.
Fake to Robinson. Cousins wants to take a shot. It's Mooney. It is caught. It's a touchdown. Shades of 2024 as Cousins finds Mooney for the touchdown.
Which, when you think about 2024, Kirk Cousins,
Beginning of the season.
Beginning of the season.
And that was Mooney and what's the guy we cut? Ray.
Ray, yeah.
Best seasons that they ever had.
Yeah. So maybe Kirk Cousins can unlock Mooney again.
Get him running.
49-yard pass on the play action there. I loved it. Hopefully we see more of that against the Jets this week.
And sacks all day.
Yes. Defense.
Two boys of the future.
Listen.
Praise all around for the Falcons defense. Surprise game of the week. I forgot this last week. And I just wanted to say, I know there were a couple of games that we did not call in the rivalry game. So I'll just go on and say this. For those who don't know what the surprise game is, each of us pick another game aside from the other games that we think would be interesting to watch this week. My game is going to be the USC-UCLA game. Spread's 21. I think that UCLA can keep it closer than 21. Dan, what's your surprise game of the week?
My surprise game, or I have two, but the main game is going to be Oregon-Washington. Spread 6.5. It's battle in the northwest, but it's tough to play at Washington. It's a close spread. I think it'll be a close game. My other one is more of a rivalry week one. So Wisconsin, Minnesota. It is the most played rivalry in college football history with 134 times. And they play for Paul Bunyan's axe, which is my favorite trophy. And before that, it used to be a slab of bacon until one of the teams never gave back to their slab of bacon in 1943, and now it's Paul Bunyan's axe.
Well, I think they certainly improved it, getting Paul Bunyan's axe there. Hey, look at that! See, there's so many games to watch this weekend. Nicole, is there another one?
I had Oregon, Washington. I'm going to throw in. I had Northwestern at Illinois down, but I think really it's going to be Houston at Baylor. Could be an interesting game. Spread's only 2.5, and Baylor is the favorite right now, according to ESPN. So could be interesting. I think it'll be a surprise.
Okay, I like that game. Mike B.
All that, whatever. I'm going Conference USA.
Oh, okay.
Kennesaw State is at Liberty, and Kennesaw State and Western, Kentucky are leading the Conference USA. So to get this win, the spread is only 2.5.
Yeah. Should be fun.
That's a good one.
Should be fun for the Owls right there. We picked them last week, and they are having a great turnaround season compared to last year. All right, so Alex, you have a game?
Yeah, I actually was with Dan on the Minnesota-Wisconsin game, basically because I think that's an awesome trophy. And he brought up Oregon, so I just got to say, Dan Lanning, with your scheduling talk, sit back down, buddy. you got no room to talk with who Oregon plays. So to take a seat, sir.
Okay. All right. We all have those games out there as if all of
that's
these
their whole schedule.
as if
Oregon can sit back down.
As if all these games that we have here aren't enough here.
Yo,
so.
West Virginia, they're playing Texas Tech.
Yeah, that should
And
be
they're,
good too.
and they're home.
Dan
Texas need to
Lanning,
win, they
Dan
wanna
Lanning
stay.
is the Lane Kiffin of the Big Ten.
Wait a minute.
Oh, wow. Wow. All right.
With his jabber.
But way better looking.
What
am
you
I?
said?
Well, we will see. We will see how that game plays out. But now we have our Sports Pod game of the week. Clean old fashioned hate. 3:30 kick Friday. I love this. How it's on
Easy,
Friday
Nicole.
now. UGA versus Georgia Tech. They're calling it at Georgia. It's at Mercedes-Benz. It's a neutral, if not Georgia game. We can't forget what happened last year, though, when it went into 8 overtimes in Athens. Man, Georgia Tech, who knows what happens if they win that.
Welfare checks on Nicole.
If they win that game, who knows what happens to the recruiting, to the money. I mean, it probably would have changed Georgia Tech around significantly this season, too. But, Tech's been trending down. Georgia's been trending up. Nicole, obviously, you're taking the dogs. Why are the dogs going to win?
Well, the dogs are. I'm going to be confident. Dogs are going to win because yes, we're hot at the right time. Offense has been stepping it up, especially earlier in the game, not depending on halftime adjustments. Gunner seems like he's coming into his own, but the only thing is when he gets nervous, I just don't want him mistakes. I don't want mistakes, penalties. That could be obviously for any team an Achilles heel. Defense, continue to step it up. Go dogs.
Okay.
The pick is in.
All right. Again, Nicole is the UGA grad on the staff here. So you got to remember that. Is she objective, Mike B?
No, not really.
Oh.
I'm rocking with you, Nicole. I think Tech is just struggling right now, and they won't be able to play any defense. If they try to make a shootout, it really goes to see what Georgia's defense is going to be able to do in the playoffs, if they are going to be one of the competitors in the SEC championship. But I'm rocking with the Bulldogs and the Bens.
The pick is in.
All right. 2 for the Bulldogs. Dan Z.
Yeah, I feel like if this game was like 3 weeks ago and the spread, I think it would have been a lot closer. I think, the teams have kind of diverged and trending here. And, it seems like UGA's defense of old has kind of came back the last couple of weeks. It seemed to be flying around, making plays, shutting down the run. What worries me more is Tech's defense. They just can't stop the run. Like they can't get stops. And I have a bad feeling about this one. As much as I really want to take Georgia Tech, I'm not seeing a way for them to win this one. So I'm going UGA.
Okay.
The pick
All right.
is in.
There's 3 for Georgia. Alex.
Yeah, I'll make it easy. UGA.
Okay. Wow.
The
all
pick
I
is
got.
in.
All right. I'm going to be the odd one here. I think all bets and everybody's predicting Georgia to win this game, which is going to make them overlook Tech this week. I feel like it's not an SEC game. Doesn't mean as much to Georgia. Georgia basically has clinched a playoff spot. I think Tech can sneak up on this game. I think they win this game in a surprise upset game.
The pick is
And they
in.
sneak
Sounds
into the
like
playoffs
shit.
in this game. I know it's a crazy pick. I just have this weird gut feeling, and maybe I'll eat crow next week. I'm not double locking on this one, but I think considering how well Tech played last year, they're going to be up for this game. They know that their back's up against the wall in this game, and I think Georgia's going to overlook them a little bit, and I think it's going to be much closer, and I think Tech can squeak out an upset win in this game. Nobody's talking about them now because of what happened this past week. So the opportunity, it's in their hands now. So give me Georgia Tech in that
The
game.
pick is in.
All right, now Dan, pressure's on. What's an update on those standings as we wrap up here tonight?
All right. Yeah, everyone had a really good week last week. Mike B, Jared, and I were all 9-3. Alex and Nicole were 8-4. So the updated standings are currently still in last at 90 with 93 wins. Jared with 95, Alex with 96, and Mike B and Nicole tied with 97.
Oh, wow.
wow.
Okay, we are right there with each
Woo!
other.
Now, Nicole.
All right, Nicole.
And that's why I wanted to wait to say that, because Mike B has 3 island picks this week. He went out there. He's either going to pull away or
That's
Oh,
got 3 islands.
Knocked on nothing.
Shit.
Hey,
Nicole got that
unlike
number
yours
right.
truly. So,
yeah, Nicole, that Michigan pick, it'll be feast or famine
oh boy.
on whether or not Michigan ends up pulling out the game or not. What a fun week, though. I love all these games
Oh,
here.
yeah.
Roll Tide.
Cannot believe we're already at Rivalry Week. Follow
That's
along
right.
with us on our social, SportsPod
Hail Pitt.
ATL on Instagram, and of course, The Sports Pod on Facebook. Individually, you can follow each of us. Alex, how can people get more of you?
A_Will24 on the gram.
There we go. All right, Nicole.
At Nikki Ben on X.
Okay, Mike B.
Mike B _news on the X and all things Black, Educated, and Broke.
There we go. Dan Z.
At DZerger21 on Insta.
All right, and if you type in, you click the microphone over in the corner and type in D Zirger, he will send you one of his wine bottles that he brought back from wine country. There,
Farm, baby.
So that's
Slap the bag.
That is the
It
nice.
is boxed wine. Yep. Mhm.
That is the nice thing here is that again here on the Sports Pod, we give back to you every single week. Follow along with us on our picks. I didn't even tell you guys. I'm obviously at Jared Yamamoto on all my different social places. And I know what? I also I'm so nice. You know what? I put all of these shows up on my YouTube page.
Oh.
And these guys don't do that. They don't do that. That's how dedicated I am
YouTube
to
page.
you, the fans of this show. I put this video up on my own YouTube page so you can get all
He
my
has a
content
page.
and
Wow.
more over there. That's our time. Bye-bye.